Now it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Parker Mantell is graduating today with a major in political science, a minor in public management, and a certificate from the Political and Civic Engagement program. From Memphis, Tennessee, Mr. Mantell has completed internships in the Washington, D.C. offices of House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, Senator Marco Rubio, and in the office of New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. He spent the 2013 spring semester interning for Fox News Sunday and the House Committee on Homeland Security. He was one of 30 national campus leaders selected for the first fellowship program in Israel of the Young Jewish Conservatives. Mr. Mantell is a founding father of IU's Alpha Epsilon Pi fraternity chapter, which was revived in 2010. So please welcome to the podium Mr. Parker Mantell.
As the student commencement speaker, perhaps my admission that I am far from the best orator comes to you as a surprise. As a person who stutters, I could be no more certain that in this room and in this hall are thousands of people who are far more talented at public speaking than I am. At the same time, however, I could be no more certain that the message I have to share is one that must be heard. Far too often, society has instilled and reinforced the idea that those of us with disabilities are to remain disabled and perhaps even incapable. Whether one is bound to a wheelchair or suffers from ADHD or repeats the first syllable of a word, as I sometimes do, we have been tacitly yet resoundingly told to doubt both ourselves and our abilities. Doubt, as has been observed, kills more dreams than failure ever will. Yet if doubt were to be a disease, its cure would be confidence. Since arriving here in 2010, I have noticed that Indiana University exists as the exception to the aforementioned rule, the antidote to the poison of doubt. I am most proud to credit Indiana University for providing me with the confidence to apply for my various internships. In addition to serving Fox News and the U.S. House Committee on Homeland Security, I served some of the most high-profile lawmakers in the country. Despite my speech disorder, I answered thousands of phone calls in the office of Eric Cantor, the Majority Leader of the U.S. House. I conducted tours of the U.S. Capitol on behalf of Florida Senator Marco Rubio, and I made thousands of outreach calls for New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Now, I mention those experiences not out of individual pride or out of vanity, but rather out of desire to share Indiana University's role in instilling the idea that someone who is barely able to talk for himself can dream big enough to talk for public servants who represent local, statewide, and national constituencies. While any other university might have instructed me to manage those expectations, IU taught me to grow them. I am certain that IU has done the same for all of you graduating here today, whether your challenge is as overt as mine or known only by you. Thus, when you look up at your IU diploma on the wall of your office or on the wall of your home, you are not just looking at the extraordinary achievement that is an IU education, you are looking at a dare. You're not just looking at the knowledge that you have gained as to how to change our world, you're looking at a dare to do so. Beethoven was deaf. Imagine if he had never dared to listen to his calling to compose music. Ray Charles was blind. Imagine if he had never dared to envision that he could touch the keys of a piano. Albert Einstein was dyslexic. Imagine if he had never dared to embrace seeing things differently by formulating equations. FDR couldn't walk. Imagine if he had never dared to run. Imagine what you are depriving our world of if you never dared to achieve your purpose. As such, today, I issue the Indiana University Challenge to you. I challenge you to stop believing in those who cast doubt upon you and to start believing in yourselves. I challenge you to shift your thinking such that when opportunities come before you, you don't ask yourself, why me? You ask yourself, why not me? I challenge you, therefore, to take a step forward, to dare to do what others have doubted that you can. I challenge you to take that step forward, not despite your disabilities or your hurdles or your hesitancies, but rather because of them. I challenge you to take that step forward, not because doing so would be easy, but as President Kennedy once declared, because it would be hard. Yet, above all, above everything else, I challenge you to take that step forward because, as Indiana University has taught us all, it is possible. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Parker, for that truly inspirational speech.